Today I'm going to talk about listening skills that we learned in the 3 weeks. There are three things that we have learned in the 3 weeks. The first one is that we have to catch the main idea when we're listening to an English passage. And then we have to figure out what patterns did it use, and then we find the subtopic that can prove the main idea and the patterns. So the first thing I want to talk about is the main idea. Main idea is one sentence that can conclude the whole passage, and it usually appears in the first sentence of the passage or in the last sentence. Just like when we write an English passage, we have to provide a topic sentence, and then we provide a conclude sentence. And then we have to talk about patterns. It is the most important thing that we have learned in that 3 weeks. And the first one we learned is past, present, future patterns. For example, if you want to speak about Taiwan, you can use this pattern and say the history of Taiwan, and then Taiwan nowadays, and then you can predict the future of Taiwan. And then the second one is time. This pattern is very useful because I think it's the easiest one. For example, you can say, I born on 1995. I learned how to walk in 1997. Just provide specific time, and you're using the time patterns. And this pattern also you can use on provided process. For example, if you want to talk about how to make a cake, then you may say step 1, step 2, step 3. And then the third one is problem solution. Well, just like its name, it talks about a problem and a solution. You may provide a problem and talk about a solution. For example, the problem may be choosing schools. Then the solution may be search information on the internet, or ask teacher for advice, or ask people who is in that job. And the fourth one is location. You can use this pattern to divide your speech into different geographical locations. For example, you want to talk about taboos, then you may divide it into taboos in Japan, taboos in Taiwan, taboos in the United States. And the fifth one is cause effect. It's different from the sixth effect and cause, because the fifth cause effect is focused on the effect of the topic, and the sixth one is talk about mainly about the cause about that thing. And the seventh is related subtopics. You can use these patterns to divide your topic into different parts. For example, if you want to talk about keeping a pet, then the first paragraph you may talk about money, how much money you have to spend on the pet, and the second paragraph you may talk about parents' approval, and the third one you may talk about the rental houses or something. Just divided it into different parts. And the last one is advantage and disadvantage. Disadvantage. Just like its name is talk about the advantage and disadvantage of one thing. Yes, these 8 patterns are. There are not only these 8 patterns, but I think this 8 is very important because it's easy to learn, and most about the passage. And next we are going to talk about the subtopics. What is subtopics? It have to relate it to the main idea, and it also have to prove the pattern. So subtopic is very important because it have to prove your whole passage is correct and all of it is related. Yes, this is what I have learned in the 3 weeks. Thank you for your listening.